Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Maddie.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call, please.
Alderman Hoffman.
Here.
Alderman Barella. Here. Alderman Rucker.
Here.
Alderman Collins. Here. Alderman Morose.
Here.
Alderman Osteen. Mayor Hermanson.
Here. All right, we do have a quorum tonight, and we're going to start with citizens' communication. This is a time set aside on the agenda for citizens and visitors to address the mayor and the board on any topic that is not a public hearing. For those here in person, speakers will be restricted to 3 minutes unless otherwise permitted. Minutes may not be donated or transferred from one speaker to another. Any questions or comments for the mayor and the board may also be sent to the city clerk at tberreth@osagebeach.org no later than 10 a.m. on the board meeting day, the first and third Thursday of each month. Submitted questions and comments may be read during the citizens' communication section of the agenda. The Board of Aldermen will not take any action on any item not listed on the agenda, nor will it respond to questions, although staff may be directed to respond at a later time. The Mayor and the Board of Aldermen welcome and value input and feedback from the public. Is there anyone here who would like to speak to the board? All right, seeing none, we're going to move on to the consent agenda, which includes the minutes from the Board of Aldermen meeting July 17, 2025, our special board meeting on July 23rd, 2025, the bills list August 2nd, 2025, and Alderman Hoffman, is the liquor license for the Coffee and Cocktail Bar in order?
It is indeed.
Any comments, questions, or corrections to the items on the consent agenda? Seeing none, do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Alderman Rucker, is there a second?
Second.
Alderman Morose, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion's approved. Before we get to unfinished business, we have kind of a unusual thing we're going to need to address. Tonight on your agenda, item number L, Bill 2569, it's new business. It was an ordinance of the City of Osage Beach, Missouri, repealing Section 705.160 water, fluoride, and set forth. This is something that I asked to be placed on the agenda. Today, we received an email from Missouri DNR, and it states that any water system, if we want to change any type of filtration or fluoride in the system, we need 90 days prior to any vote on this matter. So the public water system or public water supply district shall notify the customers, radio, television, regular, so we need to do this for 90 days before any vote can be taken on this matter. So therefore, I did consult with Tara and with our city attorney, and the suggestion is this: if I could get a motion from somebody on the board to amend the agenda to move this as a discussion item at the last item of new business, and then once we get to this bill, if I could also ask somebody from the board to simply make a motion to table the bill. What that'll do, this will place it at the end of new business as a discussion item, and it'll make so we table the actual ordinance.
It's your last sentence, I'm sorry.
The second part of this would be that if we table Bill 25-69, then we simply will table it and not address it tonight. It'll be tabled until after the 90 days that we can notify the public. So with that, do I have a motion to amend the agenda?
I have a question first.
Yes, sir.
So it'll come back in 90 days for us to vote on?
What that'll do is we have paperwork to fill out first with the DNR. Once that paperwork is filled out, then the 90 days will start. And then my intention is to bring it back after that 90 days, yes.
And bring it back up for a vote?
Correct.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
All right. That being said, do I have a motion to amend the agenda to make this a discussion item at the end of the new business?
I think the motion I want to make is to make item O a discussion item. Isn't it item O?
Yeah, there's
Yes.
an item O, yes.
Item O was you're talking about the fluoride, correct?
Actually, item L was going to be the bill. It was actually first reading of a bill. Once we get to that, I'm going to ask somebody to simply table that bill.
So it's not L on my agenda.
Oh,
It's O.
it's O on my agenda.
It's O.
Did you get the amended agenda?
I've seen one.
I sent you everybody out, I sent out the packet to everybody.
Oh,
You guys all got an email with the amended packet.
Here you go, Kevin.
okay.
So,
We will be going by them.
Let somebody else make the motion then, because I'm a little lost on the agenda.
Yeah, well, all I need at this time is a motion to amend the agenda, make this a discussion item.
So moved.
Alderman Collins, do I have a second?
Second.
All right. Alderman Barella, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Once we get to that bill, I'll remind everybody for a suggestion to make that a motion to table.
I didn't get that agenda, sorry.
No worries. All right, first item of unfinished business, we have Bill 25-56, an ordinance of the City of Osage Beach, Missouri, establishing a procedure to disclose potential conflicts of interest and substantial interest for certain municipal efforts. I believe this is you, Tara.
I have no additional comments, or if there's any other questions, I recommend approval.
Any comments or questions for Tara? Seeing none, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Alderman Morose, do I have a second?
Second.
Alderman Collins, roll call, please.
Alderman Rose?
Yes.
Alderman Collins?
Yes.
Alderman Rucker?
Yes,
Alderman Barella?
Yes.
Alderman Hoffman?
Yes.
Alderman Osteen?
All right, Bill 25-56 is approved. Second item, we have Bill 25-59, an ordinance of the City of Osage Beach, Missouri, amending ordinance number 24.93, adopting the 2025 annual operating budget by removing and adding job titles within the year 2025 employee pay plan. This is the second reading. City Administrator Devin Lake, please.
Good evening, Mayor and the board. I do not have any additional comments. If anybody has any questions, I did email out the job description during our last board meeting, so everybody should have received that, as that was the only question. Be happy to answer any questions.
Seeing none, do I have a motion to approve?
motion to approve.
Alderman Rucker, do I have a second?
Second.
Alderman Hoffman, roll call, please.
Alderman Collins?
Yes.
Alderman Rucker?
Yes,
Alderman Barella?
Yes.
Alderman Hoffman?
Yes.
Alderman Morose?
Yes.
Alderman Osteen?
All right, Bill 25-59 passes. Last item of old business, we have Bill 25-60, an ordinance of the City of Osage Beach, Missouri, approving a funding agreement for consideration of the Osage Beach Investment Group LLC proposal for tax increment support for the Osage Beach Outlet Mall. Do you want to take this, Devin?
I can take that.
Okay.
Cole asked for me to continue this on in his absence, so if you have any additional questions, I will try to answer them to the best of my ability.
Comments or questions from the board?
So moved.
Alderman Morose, is there a second?
second,
Alderman Rucker, roll call vote, please.
Alderman Rucker?
yes,
Alderman Barella?
Yes.
Alderman Hoffman?
Yes.
Alderman Osteen? Alderman Morose?
Yes.
Alderman Collins?
Yes.
All right, and I see two of the developers that snuck in, and our phones have been ringing off the hook, so glad to see you here tonight, folks, and congratulations. Look forward to it. All right, new business. I'm going to start off with a public hearing. It's rezoning case number 427, the RWK Real Estate LLC requesting an amendment of a PUD 210 for additional commercial and residential use. City Planner Kerry Patterson.
Yes, Mayor, members of the board. As the mayor said, this is a request by RWK Real Estate LLC to amend PUD 210, which story time is the property that's on the corner of Nichols and Dude Ranch Road. Originally, it is part of the Sycamore Creek PUD and has never developed at this point. The piece of property currently, as part of the PUD, the corner of Nichols and Dude Ranch is zoned commercial. The middle of the property, if you want to look at it that way, is actually zoned open space or golf course, which was going to be a fairway. And for those of you who might know, The corner of Dude Ranch and the residential road that goes back was actually a par 3. There was a time when they were looking at putting in a par 4, so they had extra land that was open space or golf course. And then since then, obviously, the golf course is closed, so there's no reason to have that open space or golf course property. And of course, as part of that, the Cars family has put the property up for sale. That particular piece of property was purchased by the Kelly family with their intent to put a new boat sales and service location up on the corner on the 2 collector streets, which will give them some more flexibility and also hopefully reduce some traffic that goes down to their facility that's further down Dude Ranch Road by way of their large boats and that type of thing. Basically, what you're looking at is currently there's 7.6 acres of commercial that is on the corner of Nichols and Dude Ranch. They're requesting that we elevate that to 11.06 acres and then put an additional 3.83 acres of residential or 3 lots that are all over an acre apiece, which is also what the existing lots are in that development. And then as part of this request and part of what I worked out with them, there's still a 4.14 acre buffer property that is part of the old Fairway property that is between any commercial and the existing residential that is there, leaving 300 to 600 feet in between the two of buffer property. What our typical requirement is 200, so we've given them more than that. And where that particular 4.14 acres is, it's heavily wooded and it's also somewhat of a ravine, so I don't ever see anything going in that particular piece of property. We took this to the Planning Commission meeting at their last meeting, and they send it forward to you with a recommendation to approve.
All right, thank you, Mr. Patterson. This is the public hearing portion of this matter. Is there anybody here from the public who would like to speak on behalf or against this rezoning? Seeing none, do I have a motion to close public hearing?
Motion to close.
Alderman Rucker. Do I have a second?
Second.
Alderman Rose. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, public hearing is closed. Now we move on to the bill portion. Bill 25-61, an ordinance of the City of Osage Beach, Missouri, adopting an amendment to the zoning map of the City of Osage Beach, Missouri by rezoning a parcel of land as described as rezoning case number 427. First reading. Carrie Patterson, do you have anything else to add?
Nothing further.
Any comments or questions to the board? Alderman Rucker.
Yeah, Carrie, that buffer zone area, do we know who that'd be titled to? Is it per lot, or is it, do we care?
No, so the buffer zone will be owned by RWK. They just can't develop it per the PUD. And it will stay wooded. There's no required development to it. It'll stay as it is today.
Alderman Rose.
Carrie, just clarify, because I didn't see it, and if I did, I overlooked it, I'm sorry. Dogwood Park Estates Road would have the access to that. Will be another one off Dude Ranch?
Well, off of the road that goes into Dogwood Park will access the single-family lots,
Right?
but it will not be the access for the commercial property. The commercial property will be accessed off of Nichols and Dude Ranch.
Off of Dude Ranch?
Yes.
Okay, which will be right close to the corner of Nichols.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, all right,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions? Seeing none, do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
I'm sorry, who said? Alderman Collins, sorry. Is there a second?
Second.
Alderman Hoffman. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, Bill 25-61 passes. Next, we have Bill 25-62, an ordinance of the City of Osage Beach, Missouri, authorizing the mayor to sign a contract with Platinum Cleaning Solutions, LLC, for cleaning services for Lee C. Fine and Grand Glaze airports not to exceed $15,000 per year. This is the first and second reading. Ty is not here. April?
Yes, Mayor, members of the board. This is just a contract to enter into janitorial services for the airport. This falls under our threshold, Devin and I's threshold, but because it is a contract, Cole wanted us to start bringing those to you all, even though previously that wasn't done. So It's actually this, because we canceled the city janitorial contract at the end of May. This is just now, because we brought an in-house person in, this is just for the airport to contract out janitorial services. And it's actually 300 less per year by doing it this way. He did, because it's an informal bid, at this dollar amount, there's not like a bid tab for you to look at. He did inquire with 6 different companies, only 2 replied. So this is actually the company that our previous janitorial contract subcontracted to. So he's already has experience with Platinum and was very happy with their services. Asking for first and second reading just because he has been without janitorial services since the end of May during their busy season. So they've been skating by and things are getting pretty rough out there. So asking for first and second reading, and Ty recommends approval.
All right, comments or questions? Alderman Rucker.
Yeah, April was, so the cleaning service we had here for this building also did the airport?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I thought it was separate, 2 separate ones.
It was
Okay.
all one contract is the way Mike had originally
Okay,
negotiated
that's fine.
it.
I just, for some reason, in my brain, I thought it was 2 different ones, so. okay.
And the portion that was, billed to the airport was $15,300 a year, whereas this new contract is the $15,000 a year for both airports.
Any other comments or questions? All right, do I have a motion to approve first reading?
Motion to approve.
Alderman Rucker, is there a second?
Second.
Sorry, I'm having difficulties. All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, first reading passes. No, all of a sudden, all my print went really small, and if anybody knows me in technology, what did I do? Right there?
You hit the Zoom button. Done that before.
Oopsie. All right, so first reading has passed. My apologies, everybody. Me and technology, oh, it did it again. I went back to it again and everything.
Did you click view summary?
My paper doesn't get smaller or bigger.
I know.
You knew it was coming.
This one?
Now, we're gonna have to enlarge it. Did you do? Holy peepers.
Yeah. Now, see, I can make it large. No, but then I go back to it. Every time I go to the side, it goes like,
I don't know what you did.
Click something on your screen.
Just a second, folks. I apologize. We're moving right along, too. I might have just fixed it.
You fixed it. Look how smart you are. You are so, you should become our IT guy. Want to
No.
work with Travis?
No.
No? Okay.
Okay, I think I'm good. Second reading, Bill 25-62, an ordinance of the City of Osage Beach, Missouri, authorizing the mayor to sign a contract with Platinum Cleaning Solutions, LLC, for cleaning services for Lacey Fine and Grand Glacier Airport, not to exceed $15,000. Second reading, do I have a motion to approve second reading?
So moved.
Alderman Barella, is there a second?
Second.
Alderman Collins, roll call, please.
Alderman Osteen? Alderman Hoffman?
Yes.
Alderman Barella?
Yes.
Alderman Rucker?
Yes.
Alderman Collins?
Yes.
Alderman Morose?
Yes.
All right, second reading, Bill 25-62 also passes. Next, we have Bill 25-63, an ordinance of the City of Osage Beach, Missouri, authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement between Central Trust Company Financial Institute and the City of Osage Beach, the city, for investment management services. First reading, City Treasurer Carrie Bell.
Yes, Mayor and Board of Aldermen. I'm bringing this proposal agreement for your consideration tonight on a limited basis. This is an investment option that the city has not had before, to let somebody professionally manage the city's investments besides myself just picking CDs or other securities with the MOSIP's pool. This would add, like I said, the professionally managed investment part for the city, and this would represent like a third leg of options for the city. The city currently has its operating account with First Mid and some investments. We also have investments with the MOSIPs, the government pool, and this would just be an additional option to try out for the city. Some of the benefits, potentially better rates, obviously net of any fees. Reduce currently the city has 70% of its investments and/or cash in CDARS type programs, which are FDIC insured. So basically, the city's money is distributed all over the place to different banks. And this would give us another option to that. The other 30% currently is in like 1-year securities. So this would give us a chance to have some longer-term investments. As explained on page 86 and 89, some of those would be up to 5 years. I think that average was a little bit less than that, almost about 3. And increase overall diversity for the city. I do recommend approval of this agreement.
All right. Questions from
Happy
the
to
board?
answer any questions.
Alderman Rucker.
Just comment, first of all, I think I know the answer, but this does follow our investment policy.
Yes, it does.
So, and just for the board's information, a number of years ago, when we had all our money at one spot and did everything at one spot, and the board advised or directed Carrie, and she fulfilled a desire of ours to create an investment policy, which gives us the opportunity to have many different, as I call it, many different tools in her toolbox. And this is just another investment tool that gives her the opportunity to do things. In the investment world, we need a lot of different tools. So this is something that we felt we would eventually have. So I think it's very important to us. If you go back and look, and I was going to, but this week's been very busy. If you go back a number of years and you look at the investment income, what we used to have compared to what we have now, it's a world of difference. And I don't want to quote any numbers because I'll have them messed up, but substantially larger amounts of investments that we're making now because of this. So I fully support this. I visited with Carrie when this came on the agenda, and it's a great program.
Alderman Hoffman.
Is there any cost to the city on this?
Yes, there is a fee for any portfolios that are professionally managed. There's always a fee, but that would be, the rate still was very healthy, even minus that. Like if you just took the rate minus the fee of the 0.08, it's still in a competitive range.
I mean, do we know like hard numbers, what that would be yearly or anything like that?
It is based on the balance of the account,
And
the
the return.
0.08%, and then it's divided by 12.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other? Alderman Collins.
I have a question on the fees also. The 8 basis points seems negligible, but and I love that it's a local bank that you're using, but did you get with any other fiduciaries to see if the rates, the 8 basis points is normal? Is that like in range with everybody else?
Per the city administrator's recommendation, we did look at another proposal from, I guess I'd probably not say the name, but yes, we did. And their minimum annual fee was $12,500, and they wouldn't quote a rate per se. They quoted a different type of analysis that was, I mean, the city can always add another investment option to this. Agreeing to this does not limit the city to, oh, that's it, we can't have anything else.
Well, and the agreement had a 30-day, like we can cancel with 30 days notice, correct?
Right.
Okay.
So yes, another proposal was reviewed.
Okay, thank you.
Any others?
One
Alderman
more
Rucker.
thing that I picked up on that I thought was extremely important, there's no minimum. So we're not tied to any amount, we don't have to put nothing in there. So Good
All right.
job, Kerry.
Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Alderman Rucker, do I have a second?
Second.
Alderman Hoffman, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Very good. Bill 25-63 passes. Next, we have a resolution. It's Resolution 2025-23, resolution of the City of Osage Beach, Missouri, stating facts and reasons for the necessity to increase expenditures for the fiscal year 2025 to cover transportation, fleet, and vehicle maintenance expensive. Public Works Director Jeff Fisher.
Thank you, Mayor. I think as the memo says, we ran into some significant failures in our fleet up to date this year, and in order to get through the rest of the year, we're proposing that we add money to those accounts. I'll take any questions you might have.
Alderman Collins.
I had a question. On the memo, there were two different amounts. One was 50,000 and one was 40,000. Is the 40,000 coming in another?
One's for vehicles and the other one's for equipment.
Okay, so this is just for the,
Yeah, this is
Vehicles.
only for the vehicles.
so we'll be getting another one for the 40
The
coming
equipment
later?
one will come at the next meeting.
Okay.
Alderman Hoffman.
Yeah, I'm just curious, Jeff, because we had discussed the possibility in the past of having an in-house mechanic. Would any of this, in your opinion, been solvable or fixable if we had an in-house person? Is this all this have to be outsourced to, specialty companies?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't think I've had enough time to assess that and determine if it's in-house or outsourcing or what model works the best.
Okay.
I'll say that there's a handful of assets that just needed to be replaced already. We shouldn't let them go that long, whether we have mechanics or not. The city should be our practice we can buy low because we're government and we don't pay taxes. And then if we time the market right, we can sell high. And that's the practice we really need to be in.
Okay, because I'm just looking for, obviously this needs to get done. I'm just trying to find a better way to do it in the future is kind of what I'm searching for, but
We're working on it for sure.
awesome.
Yep.
All right, thank you, that's it.
All right. Seeing Alderman Rucker.
Well, I will just get on my little soapbox at this time, because I have been for years. This is right here is the example of what we're going to foresee if we do not continue back on to a good replacement program at reasonable mileage and reasonable years. This is just what we've seen. We didn't see this for a long time with all of our stuff because we had a program, whether it was 7 years and 70,000 or our most recent one was maxed out at 10 years and 100,000, and then we said, no, let's bump that up, and this is just an example of what we're going to see by doing that. I totally agree with your philosophy on that, Jeff. The one thing, though, that I will say that I do not recall us ever doing, and I'm glad to see you are identifying it, and hopefully we can develop a plan to work out good for replacement of equipment, because I don't recall us ever having some criteria. We had it on vehicles. We did some real good stuff, especially with the police cars and everything with all the usage back in 10, 15 years ago when we really implemented it. And the 10 years and 100,000 miles, I believe, is where we should be back at, not where we're at now. But I don't recall us doing anything with the equipment. And I applaud you and to look at that, because I guess our meters is the way to go on that, or whichever
right.
way. And I really applaud you for developing that as well, to be proactive on it, because I'd rather be getting rid of these things before the motors blow out in them. And
That's right.
then we're kind of stuck with, well, what do? You got rest of the vehicle portion is bad and the motor is brand new. So unfortunately, we have to get the maintenance and we have to increase these budgets. But hopefully we can get a vehicle and a equipment replacement program back online and get us in good shape.
Agreed. Thank you.
Any other comments? Seeing none, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Alderman Morose, is there a second?
I'll take the second.
Alderman Hoffman, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, resolution 2025-23 passes. Next, we have a bill, Bill 25-64, an ordinance to the City of Osage Beach, Missouri, amending ordinance number 24.93, adopting the 2025 annual operating budget, requesting additional funds to cover transportation, fleet, and vehicles maintenance expensive. Again, Jeff Fisher.
This is just the ordinance that goes with the resolution.
Yeah, no further comment. Thank you.
Do you have anything else?
Nope.
All right. Any other questions?
Wait a second.
This is Bill 25-64, should be item F.
I believe. Devin? All right, hold on a second. Let me, I think the ordinance is not correct. This is where the account numbers got screwed up?
No,
Or is it the other one that got the account number?
this one should be the vehicle maintenance line item, 743-200.
Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. There's another ordinance, next one down that got messed up. I'm good.
No worries. Bill
Sorry.
25-64, do I have a motion to approve first reading?
Motion to approve.
Ooh, that was right on. I'm going to go with Alderman Hoffman, second Alderman Collins. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carries. Next item, Resolution 2025-24, resolution of the City of Osage Beach, Missouri, stating facts and reasons for the necessity to transfer funds for fiscal year 2025 to cover sewer expenditures. Jeff Fisher, please.
Thank you. As the memo describes, I hope, basically this is all related to the equipment and bugs for the sewer system that we started using in May, I think. And city administrator has helped us manage the two appropriate accounts. We believe by the end of the year we're going to spend somewhere around $110,000, if I remember right. And then I think maybe next year we should plan on maybe 120, but Chris feels like we'll be able to spend less than that. But we're still sort of experimenting with this system, right? And so we're still learning. And so we just want to make sure we got enough money in the accounts to get through the year. And it's working, so we're happy about that. I'll take any questions.
Yeah. Comments from the board, questions? Alderman Collins.
Will we keep seeing improvements? So I know it's gotten substantially better, but we're still having
Get an
stuff
odor once in a while?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We
I cannot.
We caught it on Saturday and.
Yeah, I can't guarantee you we won't once in a while, and especially if we have a failure like we had at the one that we exchanged the emails about. If we have a pump go down or, an overflow, that kind of thing, it will happen once in a while. It won't be perfect, but I feel good about it'll be minimal.
Perfect, thank you. It's much, much better.
Alderman Morose.
I presume, obviously, and I think you concurred that this microbial solution has been proven to be better than the Vapex machine or equipment that we had.
It has broader impacts in the system than the Vapex does. We might end up running both of them. We're not sure yet.
Okay.
Well, the bugs is the big solution. Vapex, it's very specific to a location.
Where this gets filtrated all through.
Right.
Okay. It's worth a try. Thank you.
Alderman Hoffman.
Yeah, if I could. I think we only purchased Vapex for the one unit, correct?
We've got two.
Two?
Two.
Because I know we held off on buying all of them.
We purchased one because we held off on the second one.
But we went ahead and got the second
that's
one.
what it
But we
was.
didn't have any plans for more.
No, we've had two, one of the Cars
Yeah.
properties, one of the Sands.
Okay, that's the only two, and there weren't any plans for any more, correct? Okay, just trying to get myself right.
No plans for any others.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Do I have a motion to approve the resolution?
Motion to approve.
Alderman Rucker, do I have a second?
Second.
Alderman Morose? You guys' voices sound the same sometime. I need to start watching. We have a first and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion approved. Next, we have a bill, 25-65, an ordinance of the City of Osage Beach, Missouri, amending ordinance number 24.93, adopting the 2025 annual budget, requesting a transfer of funds to cover sewer expenditures related to the new odor control measures. Any other questions? First reading. Jeff Fisher, anything else?
Nothing else, thank you.
Any other questions? Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Alderman Collins, do I have a second?
Second.
Alderman Barella. All those in favor?
Aye.
Bill 25-65 is approved. Next, we have Bill 25-66, an ordinance of the City of Osage Beach, Missouri, amending Chapter 125, Human Resource Systems Personnel, Rules and Regulations, Section 125.140, transfer, promotion, reclassification, demotion, suspension, and reinstatement as set forth. Maddie, Human Resource Journalist.
Thank you, Mayor and members of the board. The changes I presented here would correct and update the procedure and policies listed within this section. These changes would allow us to better serve our employee population by setting more equitable and clear guidelines regarding the nature of transfers, promotions, reclassification, and demotions. It also revises incorrect definitions previously included and adds specifics where needed. I do recommend approval.
Comments from the board? Any questions? Seeing none, do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Alderman Rucker, do I have a second?
Second.
Alderman Hoffman. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, Bill 25-66 is also approved. Next, we have Bill number 25-67, ordinance of the City of Osage Beach, Missouri, authorizing the mayor to enter into a cooperative purchase agreement with Capital Paving not to exceed $700,000. This is a first and second reading request. Public Works Director Jeff Fisher.
Thank you, Mayor. I guess I feel fortunate that we're able to consider the idea of piggybacking the Camden County contract. We're late getting started on this work, and if we were to attempt to bid the work out, I can't tell you we would be able to get the work done this year as planned. So we've been great working with Camden County and having that resource. This will be an overlay contract. Dude Ranch, Lazy Days, City Parkway, and Route, I can't remember the name of the other one, but I think it's in the contract.
Basically, it's a heck of a deal, right?
Yeah, it's a good deal. We can get it done this year,
Yeah.
and feel like we accomplished something this year, yeah.
Very good. Alderman Hoffman.
Yeah, I spoke to Alderman Osteen earlier today. He is not here because he is ill. And I don't know, this is probably the first time this has come up with our new Public Works Director. The board does not like to have first and second readings. There's 3 or 4 on this agenda. It often comes up that, well, we really got to get it done. We really got to get it fast. And the reason that we continue to push hard that we do not want first and second readings is because sometimes we just need time to evaluate this stuff after the first reading. And sometimes we change our minds, change our opinion, more stuff comes to light. I don't want to harp on it. I know, Jeff's only been here for 3 months anyway. But I want to get that out, that first and second readings are something that the board, and this is coming from Alderman Osteen and myself, that we are not a fan of.
Any other comments or questions? Alderman Rucker.
We do have a clarification on the blue sheet. I believe the budget line item number is incorrect. Is that not?
That's not on this one, it's on the Baines Brothers. This one is correct.
175 shouldn't be 155?
Oh, maybe it is, maybe that is correct.
If you look
Yes.
at the budget line item that it's saying that it's going to come out of, budget line item 773175 is storm sewer. So that needs to read budget line item 773155. So the blue sheet needs to be corrected there on this one. Also, the blue sheet needs to be corrected so that if you'll notice, you're asking for a first and second reading up on the very first paragraph for $700,000. In the budget line item information, it says it's going to be $700,000. but in the middle of there where it talks about the budget item, it says it's only 600,000. So that 600,000 needs to be changed to 700,000 if that is the corrected amount that we're looking for. And I would also have to somewhat echo a little bit of what Alderman Hoffman has said. I too am not a proponent of both of them, but I do also understand when there's justification part. And in this situation with this bill, I believe there is justification for a first and second reading, given the nature of the situation, the time frame we're under. So I do not want to tell staff to not bring stuff on a first and second reading from my situation if they feel that it warrants it, and I believe this one here warrants it. So I would support this bill. Thank you.
Anybody else? Alderman
Well,
Rose.
I think if nothing else, in all fairness, and I had talked to Jeff earlier, trying to get on schedule with capital paving, and particularly in the fall, we've got these 2 roads to get overlaid, and timing is of essence. And I think that's why it was pushed so fast.
Very good. All right. With the adjusted figures as outlined by Alderman Rucker, do I have a motion to approve Bill, first reading of Bill 25-67?
Motion to approve.
Alderman Rucker, do I have a second?
Second.
Alderman Morose, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, second reading, same bill, 25-67, ordinance of the City of Osage Beach, Missouri, authorizing the mayor to enter into a cooperative purchase agreement with Capital Paving not to exceed $700,000. Second reading. Anybody else think of anything? If not, do I have a motion to approve second reading?
So moved.
Alderman Barella, is there a second?
Second.
Alderman Morose, roll call vote, please.
Alderman Rucker,
Yes.
Alderman Barella,
Yes.
Alderman Hoffman,
Yes.
Alderman Osteen, Alderman Rose,
Yes.
Alderman Collins.
Yes.
All right, Bill 25-67 passes second reading as well. Next, we have Bill 25-68, an ordinance of the City of Osage Beach, Missouri, authorizing the city to enter into a cooperative purchase agreement with Vance Brothers for an amount not to exceed $1,450,000. First and second reading. Again, Public Works, Jeff Fisher.
Thank you again. This is a cooperative contract administered by Platte County, Missouri. Camden County is using that contract. That's how we got onto this one, and it is mostly OB Parkway. So it's pretty exciting to think that we can get all of OB Parkway done this year. It'll be a scrub seal, cape seal, similar to a microsurface. It's a very thin layer. The road is in perfect condition for this treatment. Spending the 1.3 or 1.4, and it does not trigger ADA. So we're pretty excited about that, and then I think we've got a couple of chip seal roads in there, and be able to do this all this year. Now, OB Parkway, it's possible they may want to do some of it or all of it at night, just to minimize disruption and improve safety, but we don't know that yet. It'll depend on the timing of things. I'll take any questions you may have.
All right, great job. Comments or questions from the board? Alderman Hoffman.
I assume the reason for the first and the second reading is because we're under the gun on this one too?
That's right.
Okay, that was specifically to be asked. Alderman Osteen asked me to ask that specifically. Understood, but we are talking about almost $2.2 million of taxpayer money, and it's something that we don't take lightly, and why we'd like to have time to digest it. But I understand that it looks like this is just a good deal, and we had to pull the trigger, so understood it and then supporting it.
Anybody else? Alderman Collins.
Along the same lines, why couldn't it wait 2 weeks for a second reading?
Well, in particular, Capital and Vance is kind of like this too. They've already got their workload set up for the year. And like for Capital, for example, they've got a big MoDOT project coming up. And he said, look, if you can get me approval in August, it's possible I can get the overlays done in August. I'm not guaranteeing that, but with fall rolling around pretty soon, I need to take every opportunity I can get to get the work done. And treatments don't do as well late in the fall, so we want to get those done with the Vance contract sooner than later. If we were, and I'll give you like later this year, what I would like to do later in the budget process is propose to the board that we partner with Camden County. We bid out all of our work in partnership with Camden County, and we be ready to award the contracts as soon as you adopt the budget. That way, the contractors have that work lined up in their year at the first of the year, not waiting until spring to do that. We get better rates the earlier we bid it out.
So if we voted no for this and we couldn't piggyback on this other deal, how much more money does that cost the city?
Oh, I can't tell you that. I have to bid it out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really about time, and those quantities are good quantities. I mean, the more quantity is included in a bid, the better rates we get. So we're doing good on that.
So we don't know how much somebody else would bid for this project?
I don't, but we'd be bidding it out late in the summer where contractors already have work. They're not going to be as interested in it. It's going to inflate the price. And the timing of it, trying to get done before winter. It's just, I can't be certain that you'll spend more, but in my experience, I got good confidence you're going to spend more.
I do want to mention this is all budgeted. This was all budgeted work.
I understand. I understand.
And Platte County did bid this out. So we're piggybacking on another municipality or another government entity's bid.
And I mean, part of the issue that you deal with if we were to rebid and try to put our own project together is remobilization, which is something that we won't have to deal with. That would cost us more. So that's part of why a lot of times the piggybacks, whether it be city to city, city to county, or city to state, is a better opportunity. As it pertains to doing two hearings, and I know Jeff can attest to this, while it might be 2 weeks away by way of the decision, 2 weeks by way of decision can cost us a month or more of getting the work done and could then also cost us into next year just because of the time of year. And that's why they're running the two readings on a surfacing situation. So,
Alderman Rucker.
Well, the other thing is, I think we need to know is, we've only been talking about this for about 3 years. So it's not like it's new. It's something we've been discussing for a long, long time to do, and again, the other thing is we've always directed staff to state bid or piggyback with somebody else or do that because we know whether it's overlaying or whether it's buying trucks or whatever, there's money to be saved in that kind of bidding process, and we see it right here with this. So there's a great value with that. The other thing is just for future blue sheets and stuff, the amount that's shown on the blue sheet for budget item is $1,019,000. That is not the total amount in that line item. The total amount in that line item is $3,812,748. And what has been done, because I questioned this, for those of you who haven't been through the budget, that $3 million is the big line item. But within that, there's a number of smaller line items, and one of those smaller line items is the Parkway for that there, and that is what that $1,019,000 is. The only thing I asked when I found that and I questioned it, the only thing I asked their staff when they do that, that's great because that shows us how much. But why don't, if you could spell that out in the blue sheet, that $3 million is what's in that line item, but within that line item, the sub-line item was there was $1 million something put away. I appreciate the fact that you're breaking it down. I just wish, because it's normally done the other way, so it kind of threw me for a loop.
Okay.
But I appreciate the fact you broke it down that way. Thank you.
All right. Seeing no more questions or comments, do I have a motion to approve first reading?
So moved.
Alderman Morose, do I have a second?
Second.
Alderman Collins, I'll give it to you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Second reading, same bill, Bill 25-68, an ordinance of the City of Osage Beach, Missouri, authorizing the city to enter into a cooperative purchase agreement with Vance Brothers for an amount not to exceed $1,450,000. Second reading, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Alderman Morose, do I have a second?
Second.
Alderman Barella, roll call vote, please.
Alderman Osteen? Alderman Hoffman?
Yes.
Alderman Barella?
Yes.
Alderman Rucker?
Yes.
Alderman Collins?
Yes.
Alderman Rose?
Yes.
And in case they, bill passes, excuse me. In case they sneak out, I appreciate all the folks from Public Works being here tonight. It's nice to see you folks here tonight. Appreciate it. All right, now, the next item is the one I spoke about at the beginning of our meeting that we cannot vote on tonight. I'm going to go ahead and read it, and then if somebody would be so kind to make a motion to table, that'd be wonderful. This is Bill 25-69, the ordinance of the City of Osage Beach, Missouri, repealing Section 705.160, water fluoridation as set forth. Alderman Hoffman,
I'd like to make a motion to table this, please.
do I have a second?
Second.
Alderman Collins, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, Bill 25-67 has been tabled. Next, we have a resolution. Yes, sir.
While we're on this, though, will we be having a public hearing on this matter? Do you know?
Eventually, I would guess so. We're going to be discussing it as the last item tonight, as a discussion item. But with Cole being gone, I would assume we'll have to, but I don't know right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering if, Tara, do you know, do we have to have a public hearing? I think it's
Where I was going with mine,
okay.
too.
Yeah.
I know it's a good idea. I just don't know if we are mandated to do it.
We're gonna have to, like I said, we're gonna have to read and see what DNR requests and what that, I haven't looked at that. So if I had to guess off the top of my head, probably yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
But we'll
Thanks.
discuss it when we get to the end of the agenda.
Sure.
All right. Next is Resolution 2025-21, a resolution of City of Osage Beach, Missouri, appointing to the Board of Directors of the Lakeport of Oasis Community Improvement District, Devon Lake, the city administrator. You want to talk on this?
No, I think probably.
What this is when we need to appoint Devon to the CID and the TDD for Lakeport. And we did Alderman Hoffman a few months ago, and somehow we missed Devon. So in order for her to continue being the secretary and doing all that stuff, we need to just do this. It's just a formality that
Yeah.
we've forgot, basically.
So this is where we could vote her off if we wanted to?
Well, no, you can't. It's a set by thing. You just have to do it. You can try.
I'm good.
Do you have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Alderman Hoffman, do I have a second?
Second.
Alderman Collins, all those in favor?
Aye.
Next, we have another resolution, similar situation, 2025-22, a resolution of the City of Osage Beach, Missouri, appointing to the Board of Directors of the Lakeport Village Transportation Development District, Devon Lake. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Alderman Collins, do I have a second?
Second.
Alderman Hoffman, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved, congratulations.
Thank you.
Next, we have a motion to comply with existing ordinance and discontinue the practice of providing pressure-reducing valves to customers to regulate water pressures in homes and businesses. Jeff Fisher, please.
Thank you, Mayor. This has been a practice for some time, and I know it's been discussed at different points in the past. And so this is to basically stop a practice that's not supported by an ordinance, and for good reason. The city doesn't regulate pressure in its system. It's up to the property owners to do that, and that's a standard in the world of water. And I believe even our risk insurance provider has stated the same. So I think just proposing to discontinue this practice at the end of the year and help homeowners whenever they need, give them guidance, but not provide PRVs.
Questions from the board?
Kevin, you want to go first?
Comments from the board? Alderman Hoffman.
Alderman Rucker correct me if I'm wrong, what was that you and I proposed? Was it 2 years?
Originally, when it came out 6 months ago, we were talking about possibly going as much as 2 years.
I think that stopping this practice now, at the end of this year, is a disservice to our community and to the people that we're supplying water to. This is a standard practice that we've had here for better or for worse for 20 years now, something like that. And to just shut it off, I think is the wrong way to handle this. I think we had talked about possibly running out of supply for a duration. I would be in favor of going back to Alderman Rucker's plan, which is to run it through next year and give our community time to prepare and adapt, and we can continue to put out press releases telling them that we are ending this practice the end of next year or at the end of however many valves we have that we can replace. But that's where I'm at. I am just interested to hear Alderman Rucker's position on this.
Alderman Rucker.
Well, I met with staff 3 or 4 weeks ago. I can't remember when it was now. Met with staff and had quite a lengthy discussion and everything and weighed out all the pros and cons of it. And I do feel we need to, number one, we have an ordinance that says we're not supposed to do it, and we need to abide by that ordinance. I do believe that. I believe we do need to move forward with it. My original thought was that we would need to go at least a year or two maybe, but that's been 6 months ago. So it's been out there that long that we're moving in that direction. So I think we've satisfied some of that time frame. I think we've notified, or we've put it out there a lot. How much more official notification, I don't know. But I've also done a little more research to find out that there is nobody that I can find out that is doing these and providing. I had conversations with another member of the board who informed me of multiple businesses that they're responsible for, that they have to provide this. So I find that it's something that we're definitely in the minority on. I did, to be very honest, in my discussion with the staff, said, you know, what about if we go to July of next year? You know, I don't know that we need to go as far out, but I don't need to, you know, we definitely need to we need to set a date now. We've been donkeying around with this thing too long. I can support January 1, or I could support July 1, but I can't support anything other than those after everything else. So that's my feelings.
Alderman Hoffman.
What about getting us through Labor Day of next year and say September 1? That way we're giving all of our businesses, you know, they're not going to get hammered with something on the 4th of July weekend. You know, I don't really want that to happen. I think that's a fair compromise to me. I like September 1st. Just throw that out there.
Alderman Collins.
I am the person that Alderman Rucker spoke to. I own multiple businesses, and we are responsible for PRVs. I have to have an inspection of them every year. If one goes out, we have to replace them. It's completely on our cost. It's in 4 different cities, and none of them, they don't even come out and inspect us. Like, if we have a problem, they're like, you need to call somebody else. That said, I understand we've been doing it for a really long time, so I would be completely fine. September 1st is fine with me, also fine with July 1st. I can live with both of those.
Jeff, did you have any other comments?
Only one that the current supply may not get us to July or September, but if we wanted to go July or September, we might have to buy some.
Would you mind expanding on the legalities that it costs the city if a PRV valve fails and we start blowing lines in houses?
Yeah, any resulting damage from the failure of that PRV inside or outside the home makes the city liable.
Alderman Hoffman.
I'd like to point out that question was brought up before, and we have not had a single one of those incidents in 15 or 20 years, or we had one or two and we ended up not being at fault, or so yeah, there's the worst case scenario out there, but we're in this position and our customers and our citizens are used to business being done this way, and I think to just cut them off because there's the possibility of the worst case scenario happening, I just don't think that's treating our people right. So I will support July 1st reluctantly if that's the way the other board wants to go. I am not in favor of stopping this today. I am not in favor of stopping this at January 1st. July 1st is a compromise to me. September 1st would be my recommendation.
Are you wanting to make that in the form of a motion? Or, I'm sorry, Alderman Collins? Pardon?
Oh, yes. How long do you think what we currently have in stock would last for? I realize that that's
Yeah, it just depends
a really
on-
rough estimate.
Yeah, I think we felt good we could get to the end of the year. Beyond that, I can't be certain.
Okay.
Oh, if I could. This was brought up before as well. Yeah, we can't really time our press releases to coincide with the exact last valve we're going to have. If we have to spend a little bit of money for some valves to take care of our customers after we just raised the rates on everything, I think that personally that is the appropriate thing to do. Sometimes we just have to bite the bullet and take care of the people a little bit.
Alderman Hoffman, the motion is with January 1. Are you wanting to make a motion to the motion?
I would like to make a motion to have the date be September 1st, 2026.
All right, we have a motion to change the motion to September 1. Is there a second? All right, any further discussion on this motion? Alderman Collins.
Can I make a motion to change it to July 1, 2026?
We have to do the first motion died for lack of a second. So if you want to make a new motion, you can do that.
Right. All right, so July 1st, you said?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to amend it to July 1st, 2026.
Is there a second to Alderman Collins' motion?
I'll second it.
Alderman Morose. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Now, okay, now with the agended motion to July 1st, 2026, do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Alderman Collins, is there a second?
Second.
Alderman Morose. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Motion carries with the agenda, with the change to July 1st, 2026. All right, last item that we moved is a discussion on the water fluoridation system. And I'm going to start with this one, and I'm probably going to be a little long-winded, but the reason this is on the agenda is because 3 years ago, I went around and wanted to investigate the possibility of taking the addition of fluoride out of the city of Osage Beach water system. And at the time, it didn't have any traction, wasn't really a lot of support. Over time, in the last 3 years, you've seen the state of Utah, you've seen the state of Florida banned the addition of fluoride in their water system. Most of Europe has banned it. Japan has banned it. China has banned it. New Zealand, I can go on and on with the countries that have found that adding fluoride to the water system has caused adverse effects for thyroid diseases, IQ in children, neurological diseases, and so forth. Back in the 40s, when they originally decided to add fluoride to the system, it's because we didn't have the benefits of dentists, fluoridated toothpaste, fluoridated mouthwash, and so forth. So the concept was putting fluoride, which is a pharmaceutical or a drug, into the water system without people's knowledge or support. What they found many times was simply drinking that water might have had minimal effect at all on fluoride to the teeth, whereas it went into your body, into your system, and adverse effects, if you get too much, would cause problems. We are a well system. We have fluoride already in our natural system. It's something that I think we need to follow the current guidelines and only have, and Jeff can talk about what we currently have in our system, but I don't think it's right I don't think right that we use a pharmaceutical in our citizens. And it cost savings would be about 10 grand a year, and I'm not doing this for the cost savings. I do know that we've had a couple of grants over the last several years that if we stop this, we might have to pay back some of that. But even in 1 year's time, the savings would go to pay those back. When I was doing a report on the radio the other day about the about the mall, all of a sudden the lady said, "Hey, I heard you're wanting to get rid of the fluoride also." So she did an interview on that too. And I've not met the gentleman. He's ironically enough a Facebook friend of mine, but Dr. Massey, Donald Massey here in town, nice guy, does a lot of great things for the community. But apparently after I did my report, the interviewer went to him, and he was the one that back in the 90s sold the city on adding fluoride to our water system. And I just called him back a little before our meeting because he had left me a message yesterday and I was out and wanting to talk to me, but how he was against this. He thinks that we need to continue to do this. And here's the problem I have, and I look forward to visiting with him, and I really think this does a disservice because in this article, he said it was concluded in 2024 and reported in Pennsylvania. They were showing that a community that did not have fluoridation had a decay rate of over 4,000 children they tested. The decay rate was almost 60%. So this was what he had in the article to combat me wanting to get rid of fluoride. Now, I'm not a dentist, but I research, and I don't just Google, I research. And the problem I have with this is he said it was concluded that it was a community where 4,000 children tested a decay rate. Now that sounds horrible, and by no means would I want to do that. So I went to the survey that he said that he got this information from, and the first thing I thought was disconcerting that there's an SAS version. It's basically a third-party company that somebody can hire to do an investigation, and ironically enough, they can sway the outcome to whoever's paying for the survey. And they use what's called a GEN mod procedure. And again, it's AI, but their own report, if you look into it, caries, which is basically tooth decay. At the very end of it, it says, in Pennsylvania, a comprehensive oral health basic screening survey and assessment of the association between caries, tooth decay, and community water fluoridation system among children have not been concluded. So the own survey that he said that it was bad for the kids said it's not been concluded. And when you read further, it goes on to say that the oral health and demographic data was collected, and it was collected in 4,100 kids that participated in the free and reduced lunch program. Now, how are those two connected, the free and reduced lunch program? Well, it goes on to say that what they did was they did this oral health and demographic data collected, and it found out those kids that were surveyed also were not educated at home in the use of toothpaste and teeth care. So point being is I think as our head of Health and Human Services thinks that it is not good to have it in our water system anymore because you get it from toothpaste and so forth. And I think to minimize the health concerns with our kids and people, that is something we need to follow suit with other states and a lot of people in the world. So that's how I got here, and that's why I want to do it. When the MoDOT or DNR got a hold of us, there is a procedure. To answer your question about will be there a public hearing, I don't know yet. I think Jeff was emailed the form to fill out today. It has to go out for the public to take a look at and for them to come up with their opinions, and I would be happy to have a public hearing on it. It's that important. But that's how we got here today, and then Jeff can provide some information as far as how much fluoride is in our water right now and so forth.
Right. Caleb tested it, and multiple times on multiple dates, and it averages between 0.2 and 0.3 milligrams naturally in our wells.
Naturally?
Naturally.
Okay.
Yeah. And I guess in my own research, kind of preparing for tonight, I was actually surprised at how many water providers, not only in our state, but across the country, don't fluoridate the water. We have providers in this area, in this region, that don't add fluoride to their drinking water. I was kind of surprised. That's all I have.
And am I correct that it costs us about 10 grand a year?
Yeah, Caleb tells me 8 to 10 grand a year,
Okay.
not
And
including the pump, having to replace or repair pumps.
And I saw, Caleb showed me, but am I correct that the water towers themselves is where it's manually put in, and then the system puts the pharmaceutical into the water?
The wells. In the wells.
In the wells, okay. All right. This is the discussion item tonight, so Alderman Rucker.
Well, I would just say, when this first came on the agenda, I didn't get an opportunity to really do much research in it, and I was glad to see it was well, I was concerned that there was a motion that was going to be, we were going to take action. And I was very pleased when Tara said, when kind of some conversation we had, that we weren't going to do that, because I need some time. And with everything that has happened, with the packet issues and everything, there's some more time. But little time I have spent on it, I can't, and I would ask you to provide us with anything from DNR, because from what I have been able to find out, there's no requirements to do any of this. And it's just it's going to come down to one of those things of popular demand. You're going to have just as many people that's going to say it's bad, as just as many people are going to say it's good, and it's going to be one of those kind of an emotional issue that I think is really going to happen. It's the $10,000 is chicken feed. I think it's the greater concern I have is what the mayor had mentioned, is some other health issues that can come from it, and other issues like that. And that's a bigger concern that I have. So it'd be interesting. I know all of us have received an email, or at least I did, and I'm sure we'll be getting more that's going to tell us we should vote yes or we should vote no. And I think it's going to be a very emotional situation to try to come up with. And you're going to have facts, but then, like you said, those facts, are they facts? There's so much, there's so daggone much fake news out there. It's so difficult to do. But so I think it's going to be a challenging subject.
I think it is too, and I get up early in the morning and I go down rabbit holes of stuff that interests me, and it's, I don't want to get too political, but similar to the COVID shots, and if you follow the money, you can follow a lot of what's going on. A lot of the people that make dentist equipment, provide them with services, provide them with product, also are big contributors to the ADA. So follow the dollar sometimes, and health is the reason I'm wanting to do this. So I encourage everybody to research it. We're going to have at least 90 days, but anybody else have any discussion on it tonight? Now that I've talked all
I just
the
have
time.
a comment.
Alderman
I
Umbrella.
think that I'm glad we weren't making a motion on it tonight, because I think that the correct thing to do is put it to the public. I mean, when you're taking something away or providing something, either way, vice versa, that they should have the time to weigh in on that. So that's my only comment.
Alderman Hoffman.
So I'll take it one step further, but I agree. I think that even if we're not mandated to have a public hearing on this, I think we should. I think this is a kind of an emotional topic for people. I'll just say that, we raised rates on water, and now we're reducing services, not something that is generally perceived as a positive by the community. So I look at it as if it really, you got to prove that it's wrong for us to reduce services to me. Like, why should we stop doing this? Because right now I look at it and go, I don't really know if what we're doing is right or wrong, but I don't have anything definitely saying that it's wrong. So I would just like, and I'm glad we tabled it. I would like to see something 90 days from now, for those that, because I am completely on the fence, someone who's leading that charge on that side to actually be able to prove that this is a bad thing that people are doing. Because right now, I think it's a total coin flip. I don't think anyone really knows. So if we're going to reduce services, I would like to have a pretty definitive good reason as to why we're doing it.
Alderman Rucker.
Well, I just want to I want to comment on something that continues to come up about rates. You know, I'm very upset that every time we talk about something with water and sewer, we say, well, we just raised the rates, and we can't take the service away, we can't take. You know what? There's nothing wrong with taking services away that don't need to be there, and they shouldn't be there, because that's the way that we're controlling rates in the future. So by taking some of these programs away, an example of this one here is $10,000. Okay, so the next time we do the rate increase, we're going to have $10,000 less that we're spending on the water treatment if we're taking that away. So I don't think we should be using that as a reasoning why we're taking away, whether it's the PRV or whether it's the fluoride or whatever it is. We need to be doing those based on what's the right thing to do, and thinking that, yeah, if it's something we're taking away that's costing us money, it's going to save the taxpayers' money in the future as well, because we're going to be raising the rates less. Thank you.
Alderman Collins.
I am also glad that this is tabled, and I agree with Alderman Hoffman that we definitely need to have a public hearing for the people who are going to be most affected by this decision to weigh in. I wish I had known it was going to be tabled before I spent 20 or 30 hours this week diving into every fluoride rabbit hole imaginable. A couple of things that, where I came in tonight on it is that removing fluoride is going to have the most negative effect on kids. Absolutely, in the last 50 years, toothpaste, mouthwash, all of those things have fluoride added. You can go to the dentist twice a year and get fluoride treatments, but children and toddlers don't have great dental hygiene habits. My 3-year-old grandson's toothpaste doesn't have fluoride in it. It's a training toothpaste. They're not using mouthwash. They're not getting that elsewhere. In 2011, I think Calgary, their city council voted to remove fluoride, and 10 years later, they saw like a 700% increase in children receiving IV antibiotics for dental infections. They ended up reversing course in 2021 and putting the fluoride back in. So as you guys are all out doing your research, look that particular study up. Yeah, so I came in tonight planning to vote no on this, but I absolutely am interested in hearing what all of the consumers of the water, how they all feel about it, and where they all stand, because I don't think it's really about us as much as it is about the people drinking the water.
Amen.
Alderman Rose.
I totally agree. Yeah, I was going to say almost the same thing. And, you know, thinking of the children, obviously, but adults as well that don't even go to the dentist regularly. And fluoride's very important for our teeth. And I just think, you know, who are we to judge to take that away? I know we're in the board, but I just feel that I'd like to have more input from it. Thank you.
Alderman Hoffman.
Yeah, I'll just say that I came in leaning towards no as well, because I don't see any proof to change it. So that's why I challenge that if it's going to be changed, that there's proof of it. That sounds like proof to me right there, Alderman Collins. I don't know the accuracy of these studies, so at least we got some time to dive into it. And just back to Alderman Rucker, I understand your point. I hate to harp on the reducing services, but I'm just saying that because the community sometimes looks at it that way, that, man, they raised their rates and now they're taking our fluoride away. And, you know, I don't know if it's right or wrong, but that's just the perspective that some people have. So I think that we should keep it in mind is all I'm saying.
Very good. Any other thing on this issue before we start closing out? All right. All right, we'll go on to staff comments. City Administrator Devin Lake, please.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome JD, our construction inspector, and Hannah, who's our new GIS tech. Hannah's been here, this is her 3rd week. JD's been here for a while, but we're glad they came tonight. That's all I have this evening.
What's their roles again?
JD is our construction inspector.
Okay.
So he's on site for our construction projects. And Hannah's our new GIS tech. So she does all our maps.
Guys are going to be busy.
Thanks for being here tonight. All right, Assistant City Administrator April White.
I just have 2 things. Lately, there have been several deep dives into contract reviews and auditing of invoices that have resulted in some serious back credits, as well as a desire for cleaner contract renewals. So I wanted to recognize Accounts Payable Clerk Selena Franklin for her deep dive into the Cintas uniform invoices and the assistance in the contract review. And then Accounting Specialist Torrin Schertz for his review of the GFL trash service contract after Selena had noticed a large increase. And then IT Director Michael Bean for his in-depth review of our Tyler Technologies contract and those hefty invoices that come with that. So all of these resulted in back credits as well as accurate billing moving forward, and I truly value them for being good stewards of the city's finances and for taking their fiscal responsibilities to heart. And then apparently August is the month for workversaries for the management team. So Devin's 1 year was Tuesday. Michael Bean's 7-year anniversary with the city was yesterday. And then Carrie Bell, drum roll please.
How many?
28 years on Monday.
Wow.
So.
All right, is that it? Very good. Tara, you have anything tonight?
No, I'm good, thank you.
All right, Chief?
Fortunately, Lexi wasn't able to make it, but she had her work anniversary. 50 years was last month on July 6th.
Cool.
All right. Ron White, got anything?
Just to let you all know, I will be out of the office next week. And I did speak with staff, and I believe they're going to keep City Hall open, so business as usual. Thank you.
All right, Maddie, you have anything?
We're having a party next week while Ron is out, celebrating that he's not here.
Tear it up in his office.
Me and Abby are just prepping for the HR department to be out on maternity leave almost at the same time here in the next couple of months. And appreciate all of the interdepartmental cooperation, especially to Carrie for allowing us to cross-train Torrin and Selena and helping kind of shore up some of the HR shortages to make them not shortages. That's all I have.
Eric, you have anything from Cochran? No? All right, Eric Gregory? Parks?
Yeah, just a reminder to the public, we have Bark Park After Dark next Friday night, August 15th from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m.-ish. If everybody's having fun, we won't chase people out, but we'll turn the lights on at the dog park and bring your dogs out and beat the heat and just enjoy a cool evening. We also have Parks Movie Night on August 22nd, starting at 8:30 p.m. This is a free event for the public, and that'll be on Soccer Field 1 in Osage Beach City Park, and we're showing Moana 2. That's all I have.
Very good. Jeff Fisher?
Thank you. The 3 foremen joined us tonight, just in case discussions got real technical beyond my capabilities, so I appreciate them coming in. In case you don't know them, Rob Long is our streets manager on the left, Chris Duncan's sewer manager, and Caleb DeVore is our water manager. And I appreciate them coming. Thank you.
Carrie Bell, you have anything tonight?
Yes. Real quick, the city paid off its final 2005 SRF bond payment, which is associated with sewer. That just leaves one issue left. The 2007 is the last piece, and that's associated with water. Its final payment will be January 1 of 27, so just a year, a little bit over a year and a half, or a little bit less than a year and a half.
Very good.
Carrie Patterson?
Yeah, I've spent the last couple of days rapping with some engineers with Jeff and Devin. We've enjoyed that, and saying that as much as say that I enjoy having Jeff around and being part of the team. He's really added to it, and I find him great to work with. So Thank you.
Very good. Thank you very much. All right. Alderman Collins.
So after we got done with the PRV thing, I wrote down a question. I presume that we will send notices to everybody with their water bills about the change? Okay. And then not to beat a dead horse, but on the first and second readings, so I understand that it's completely legal for us to do first and second readings in the same meeting. But the biggest reason that I'm opposed to it is because the spirit of that is to give the public a couple of weeks to reach out to us and voice their support or their opposition before we have to take another vote. And when you combine it into one meeting, and I understand that things come up that have to be done quickly, I get that. I'd really just like to remind everybody that the spirit of that is to give the public the opportunity to reach out to one of us and say, hey, before you vote next time, I want to weigh in on this thing. So doing it all in one meeting takes that away from them. So if we could use it as minimally as possible. And then happy anniversary, Carrie. That 28 years is spectacular. That's all.
Very good. Thank you. Alderman Rose.
Yes, first of all, I'd like to reach out again and again to thank our Public Works staff for their fine work. And Jeff, truly, you guys have got the biggest job, I think, that the city has. And we're very proud of what you're doing, and thank you for your service. And congratulations, Carrie. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Hoffman.
Well, I considered to make a motion to close City Hall because Ron White's not going to be here, but I figure we can get along without him for a week. Want to thank everyone who showed up tonight, our staff members. It means a lot to me. I think I can speak for the board on this when staff shows up to support or argue against stuff. It tends to sway us at times. It's good to hear from you all, and we appreciate it. I'd like to just say a big congratulations to the city of Osage Beach, the Lake of the Ozarks, to Chris Foster and his people out there that Bass Pro is coming to the Outlet Mall. And I am so excited for it. On top of the fact that is probably the absolute best anchor that could go in there to revitalize the Outlet Mall. I am really, really proud of the way staff, our mayor, our board, the development team, and Bass Pro handled this. If it hadn't gotten handled delicately and confidentially, if things had been thrown out in public and we were just answering every Facebook request, I don't think it would have happened. And I applaud everyone involved for their discretion and patience and due diligence. And in the end, all of that hard work really paid off. And now we have Bass Pro coming to Osage Beach. So thank you to everyone involved.
Very good. Alderman Barilla.
Nothing further to add, thank you.
All right. Alderman Rucker.
Yeah, I had just one comment for the board, just board members. Remember what we were told, at least I should say that you guys were told, because fortunately I've got my stuff done, but you need your training done for the computer. We need to get that done. That's very important. Everybody can figure out where they're at and get a hold of IT, but our insurance is predicated on everybody being up to par with that, and the board is the piece of that puzzle that's not up to par with it. Staff is, but not all the board members are. So, it's difficult for the staff to beat up on the board, but I can do it. So get down there. I definitely can't help you. I'm not the IT guy. I can't reach out and say I'll teach you or help you, but I can tell you that I've been able to take the test and take the classes, and I've been able to pass. So it's not that tough if I can do it. So you just everybody needs to step up and do that. Thanks.
All right, thank you. I just have a couple of things. First is, anybody's needing a puppy? We have some. Yep. Well, one was adopted today.
Oh.
So four left. But
Adopted.
One was adopted, yes. But that goes to one of the two things I wanted to talk about. That was our dog situation, because we're not going to be a dog pound through a lot of efforts from people on the board and Ron and so forth. We've got a nice dog kennel now, air-conditioned, heated. It's over at the Public Works, and so they do a great job. But we've not had 4, and I made it very clear to Chief that I don't want any dogs euthanized. But yet our Public Works people are not dog handlers, and some have been there for a long time. And our police are not dog pound maintenance people. I have orchestrated a meeting that we're going to get Eric and Chief, and you're welcome to join too, Jeff, if you like. But next Monday, somebody from Dogwood Animal Shelter to come out and visit with us. They had told me we've not given them a dog for at least 3 years. But we're in a situation now where our dog kennels are full, and we don't, first thought was, what if you get more dog kennels? Well, then you get more dog kennels, and next thing you know, we're a dog pound, and we're not going to be a dog pound. So we're going to kick around some ideas next week, but lovable dogs out there. Take a look at them. If you know somebody that needs a dog, spread the word, but we're going to be talking about that. If you have any ideas, let me know before next Monday at 10:30. We'll be visiting about that, but we need to come up with something. It costs something like $250 or so if they do take a dog to be spayed, neutered, shots. Our budget's about $1,000 currently, and this is the first time we've been in this situation, but who's to say we won't again, so we might need to raise that budget or think of alternative things to at least help them out. So if you have any ideas, let me know. The second thing too, I'm going to echo too with Chris and Jeff back there from the development team. My phone's been ringing off the hook, doing interviews, and I was talking to Chris over the weekend. Everybody's excited about this. I think I've only heard a couple of negatives, and I'm like, well, you know what, that's pretty good on Facebook. But this is going to be something that's great for our community, and development's going to bring more development. And I always say, Vegas was started with one casino. And so it's just going to bring more people here. The local stores are going to be busier, even if they have some items that compete against Bass Pro, because they're just by the sheer numbers, more people are going to be here in our town. It's going to turn our town into that, along with the Oasis, a 12-month-a-year destination, not just a 6 or 8 month destination. So thank you again, Chris and Jeff. Appreciate it. We've worked, every 2 weeks for the last several months. So full steam ahead, folks. Nice work. And with that, that's all I have to say. If I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Alderman Hoffman, is there a second?
Second.
Alderman Collins. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, meeting adjourned. Thank you.